And when you consider surrogacy, especially surrogacy for the sake of surrogacy, there is something demonic about it, right? When you are doing it, not because you can't have a child, right? Even worse, right? Khloe Kardashian is able to have a child. She has a daughter, True, who she grew inside of her own body. And simply because she wanted for her daughter, True, to have a 100% biological sibling, but she was not willing to have sex with the serial cheater, Tristan Thompson. That's what happened. She didn't want to have sex with him again to produce a second child. She decided to borrow and purchase some other woman's body. How are we allowing this to take place? How are people comfortable with this? And there is something deeply demonic about surrogacy.
So she belongs in the garbage for multiple different reasons there. First of all, taking everything that you either have a problem with or pretend for the purpose of your show to have a problem with and saying I'm against it because it's demonic is utterly pathetic. It is so pathetic that it represents that you don't think that you can convince people that not only that surrogacy is wrong, and you're not really describing it, again, you're just calling it demonic, but that how are we allowing it? She's saying, without saying, the government should be blocking this from happening. And she's not alone in that. The Republicans are gonna be coming for IVF, they're gonna be coming for surrogacy, they're coming for a lot of this stuff because they got what they wanted with Roe v. Wade, but that's not enough. They don't want people to realize the horrid economic situation they're in, and so their attention is always gonna be laser focused on other people's genitals and what they do with it and what they should be doing with it and how they do it. And so for all of that, talk about what's going on in the country. You weirdo, you deeply weird weirdo. Why is this the thing that you're focusing on your show? What the Kardashians do in terms of their surrogates. It's consensual. It's not like they randomly knocked up the other person and then yanked their baby out the next day. It's a financial situation that was set up. You might think it's weird. That's a you problem.
And my take on this is that I do not believe that Andrew Tate is a rapist. I don't. I think that that is what people like to accuse men of when they're trying to take them down, right?
Yes, it is what people like to accuse men of when they are trying to take them down or when they've raped them. Those are generally the two big reasons that you would declare that someone is a rapist. And look, I don't know if Andrew Tate did the things that he and his associates are alleged to have done. That's what a legal process is for. But since I know exactly as much about this as Candace Owens does, I've read the same news accounts that she has. It is odd that she would come to this conclusion considering everything he has so very repeatedly and passionately said about this topic. Again, we weren't there. We don't know what was done. But if I did want you to give me the benefit of the doubt when it comes to claims of sexual assault, I probably wouldn't spend years talking about how rape is awesome and women need to be dominated and I love to beat women and those sorts of things. Now she's familiar with all of that and has still come to the conclusion that she should defend him. My guess is that it's less to do with the actual content of the accusations and more to do with what she believes to be her position in the right wing and what she as a woman in the right wing needs to say in regards to right wing men. That's just my guess. We're gonna give her a little bit more time to make the case and then we'll jump into a discussion.
But Andrew Tate is not hiding exactly who Andrew Tate is and always has been. And clearly he communicated exactly what it was and whatever it was that he does in Romania to my assistant, giving her the option. Maybe she wants to join. For all I know, maybe in Romania, which may be perhaps the reason he moved to Romania, whatever he was doing, being a modern Hugh Hefner is legal. I'm taking a guess here, I don't know. But if you're a guy and you hold citizenship in America or in the United Kingdom and you decide to uproot to Romania, it's gotta be because you can do a little more dodgy stuff in Romania. It's the Eastern Quarter, this is how things work, right? Romania is like Ukraine, it's an incredibly corrupt country. The governments are entirely corrupt. Now, the risk that you run is that what you are doing in Ukraine might be legal if your goal is to be a Hugh Hefner. And I think that what he did, I believe that Andrew Tate was always upfront with all of these women in the same way that when you go to work for the Playboy Mansion, they're pretty upfront with the fact that you're gonna be walking around in a bikini wearing bunny ears when Hugh Hefner was alive. I believe he always communicated that and he was always upfront, right? But when you decide to do that in Romania, the risk that you run is that it's Romania.
Okay, so it's important that you know that Candace Owens' read of what happened under Hugh Hefner is as fact-free and inherently flawed as her read of what Andrew Tate was up to. And we'll get to the facts on that, but AB, what do you think about what she said?
I think that Candace Owens spins in more circles than Britney Spears on Instagram. Because everything you just said just went into a viral circle. Like, the reality is that he can be upfront about being misogynistic and being an aggressor and honestly being a rapist, right? But if women don't consent to the behavior, then that is still rape. That is still a crime at the end of the day. In addition to that, she didn't really help his case much. You are saying that, yes, he told us that this is the type of person he is. When someone tells you who they are, you should probably believe them. And then if you have to leave one country to go and commit your crimes in another country because you think you'll be better off there, that's even worse. So at the end of the day, she didn't really help the argument. She just wanted something to say so that her base didn't feel like, she was ignoring the issue. So they had a puppet to throw out and seem like there was a diverse view on this, and there's no diverse view. Leave people alone. If we don't consent, if a person doesn't consent to the sexual activity, then you are violating them, and that is a crime in whatever country you're in.